Hey, what's going on there, guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for another Group 3 race on Gran Turismo Sport. It's day 2 of the rain condition on Circuit de Spa-Francochamps, but this is going to be choosing up on a different Group 3 car that this might be ready to go. Now, I'm about to use with the Subaru WRX Gr.3 with a Total Drummer livery design Bridgette on it. So this is going to be quite very perfect to be on the rainy conditions that this might be taking the best smooth skills that this might go with the flow. So I hope this is going to be quite good to have the racing intermediate tires that this might be having a better choice to be going in like the heavy wet tires. But this looks good to go, so let's get prepared. Before enjoying watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy anytime you want for the entertainment. So let's go and get ready to race, and let's get it started. So let's get started for having a warm-up, and this is going to be taking a minute. But this is going to be quite taking a lot of steady grip that this might have to deal with some few corners while we're on the wet track. But this is going to be quite super slippery. But this is definitely might be given the best choice to have a Total Drummer livery to be in the track. Now, I hope this is going to be given a one good question response. So, hope this might be given the best choice to go with the racing wet tires. But I guess I should probably stick with intermediate tires that this might be given the best ways to find out. But it's going to be quite very tough. So we just definitely might be to avoid getting off the track by taking a little shortcut for it. So good thing that the barrier is still in place, that this might be having a one good clean racing to take much better chance to do it. Now looks like this is going to be taking the warm-up complete, but this time before entering the pit lap, this is going to might need a single pit stop that this might be recommend. So let's get started, and this is going to be quite given a good position to start out in 9th place. Let the steady grip for a fast, clean race to commence. Windshield wipers was now active to be ready to go for every Group 3 car. So I hope everybody is about to be ready, because giving a best time to save it for a rainy day might be prepared. But this is definitely might be quite given the best suitable strategy, that this is going to be quite taking a lot of handling slide skills, but it's definitely like surfing, what Bridgette just having a good time to enjoy it. Now going in onto the rolling start to be at the final turn at the chicane, and going on the green light is right on top of the schedule to be prepared. But it's definitely might be quite giving a slight risk, so we can probably stay in the second gear. Okay, 8 backs just definitely might be having a little loosen up on the grip, so hope this definitely might be giving a short start, that this might take a few recovery. Keep it nice and tight. Just gonna might be needed to make sure, because this is gonna be quite getting a little bit loosened up when we're doing on the oversteer technique. Just try to find a good flow technique when we're on the rainy day track. This is going to be quite slightly for having a risk that this one might have a good slipstream to accelerate. Here comes the braking point. Just gonna have to pull very early. Okay, looks like Ruby Pendulum is now definitely might be taking a good safe risk. Now it's definitely might be possible to use the radar to keep in track whenever there's any problems going on during this race. But it takes plenty of techniques that this is definitely might need to take it nice and slow. Slow overtake might be given the best key of an option, that this might have every racer might be given a good spare of a horsepower might be pushed up to the limit to have spare grip that this might need to keep up the pace. Just gonna have that turn to go slightly in and going onto the S-curves, that this wheel might be taking the best option choice to have a chance to be on the inside. Looks like green flag just definitely might be giving a signal. I guess this is going to be giving the yellow flag for a caution. Now, this is going to be taking a little spare time to keep it going. Reach up onto the 6th gear. Just going to have the 5th gear to be in case. Last corner, and this is going to be quite going in onto the end of the first lap. But this is definitely might be giving a lucky chance for drivers who really wants to do the inside of the chicane. But it takes plenty of acceleration, will might take spare throttles that this will might be needed to keep up the limit. Now this is going in onto the second lap. But this is definitely might be giving the different techniques that this is going to be quite giving the effort. But whenever it happens, that try not to go too over aggressive after this turn by going onto the straight. Make sure that this is going to be taking a lot of steady grip, that this one might have plenty of directions in case whenever the Group 3 car is going to be having a little trouble by need to take that balance. But this is definitely might be giving a good straight, that this wheel might be reached up onto the 6th gear. Just gonna have to pull the brakes. Looks like this is gonna be quite doing better for Ruby Pengenuit to try to keep it steady. So looks like this is going to be quite very good to have the example to see how every racer could probably try to find a good steady balance for having a rainy day race that this is definitely might need to perform. But it's possible that taking a lot of view gap distance is going to be quite giving some view opening spots. But it's all about having patience when we're on the race. Now, perhaps that this is going to be quite doing possible if we had to see the apex, that this wheel might be giving them one good easy target, that this wheel might have the good perfection. Just gonna have to keep it well monitored check. I hope this is definitely might be giving a good clean racing effect, that this wheel might have to do for only a single star. That definitely might be taking the progress that this is going to need to take. Okay, it looks like GTP Deadpool just took the new fastest lap time for 2 minutes and 41.673 seconds. That was definitely might be quite very impressive for having a racing wet tires, that this is definitely might be come in handy. But intermediate tires is definitely might be giving them one steady grip that this wheel might compare just like the heavy wet tire. But it depends by having two choice of racing rain tires, that this wheel might be suitable on the wet track. Now this is going to be having the second gear, that this wheel might need to keep it well motion. But third times will keep it up for doing the better times. The charm is going to be quite getting in to go again. But try not to have this over aggressive power, because it needs to have that little passive technique that this wheel might need to stay maintained. If only could have a manual transmission could do it. Probably automatic transmission is definitely might need to take plenty of patient moments if we have to try to do for a little passive time to do it. But if possible, that early braking point is going to be given the best option, just like giving a perfect time, that this is definitely might be given the time to compare. Looks like I'm about to catch up on to Ruby Gen ride in 8th place, but this is going to be taking a little slow length of the distance where might be needed. So this is definitely might be given the best suitable choice that this wheel might have a Group 3 car to stay in balance, but probably that this is going to be having the best thing to use is the brake balance, but this is going to be staying on the front, so we just definitely don't want to lose up the grip that will prevent the spin out. But this is going to be quite giving them one good racing calculations that this wheel might have to use the brake balance control to put it in onto the negative to be in the front. So this wheel might give a much better suitable balance that this wheel might be keep it up to be maintained for an oversteer race car that this wheel might be quite coming in to do it. Looks like Roberta_Bird is now going in to pass my current position. Looks like I could probably need to keep it up. But this is definitely might be need to take that racing workout that this wheel might need to take. Getting closer. No time to go over the flow. Just gonna have to take this one competitive race to get this seriously. But it's all about taking training, folks. This is how we just want to train, because it's all about learning the experience of the track with a different condition. Now, looks like this is gonna have to start over from the first gear after the final turn. This wheel might go in onto the 4th lap. This is going to be the recommendable pit stop that this wheel might going in. I know, just trying to have to keep it up to stay on it. Just getting a little impatient, but if we always want to be patient for having a one technique, that this is definitely might be getting a ways to perform. Just gonna to catch up onto him. This is gonna be taking a little bit length of the long distance that this wheel might be going in onto the next turn to pull the brake. There you go. Stay in the good balanced condition. Roberta_Bird. Keep up the good balance. So I hope two Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3 just definitely might be doing well to take plenty good steady balance that this wheel might be taking a good grip to perform. It takes mobility that this wheel might be having a good perfection that every racer really wants to do it. But it takes times to do a patient moment for having this race. So we just definitely might be needed to be very careful. Now, looks like talk about having a good race to have a 1 cent of Garden has definitely might be given a good flow for a technique. Okay, keep it up. Just try to let him give some open space. Here comes the next turn. There you go. Looks like this is going to be giving some few gap distance on the space that this one might have a good chance to accelerate. Taking a good perfection on the turn. Hope this is going to be quite taking a little risk. This could be my best time to going into the pits, folks. This is going to be given a good direction spot. Alright, now let's just going to go and change different tires that this is going to be on the wet tires that this wheel might be going in to take the IM to a W that this is going to be quite going in. Hope my crew is about to get set up. But this is going to be quite giving the best recommend to be stopping in to give some spare time to refuel. That should be good enough. Alright, let's go for a little short pit out, and this is going to be quite good for having a stop duration time for only nearly 11 seconds. Looks like the beast of ice passes me while I'm in the pits. Now this is going to be quite getting better to have racing intermediate tires will go on the wet, but this is going to be giving the best suitable strategy for every player who really wants to perform. But it takes plenty of racing skills whenever they want to do it of their own. Keep it up on the sportsmanship rating. This is definitely might be given the best way to go up. Looks like I'm about to catch up to them. Looks like this is going to be given their best time to go to the pits. But it takes plenty of slow, patient time that this is going to need to keep it well passive, that this wheel might be needed to avoid going aggressive. But it's only possible to go if there's only have to take a short straight that this wheel might do perfectly. But just going to have to keep on the signal whenever it's going to have to pull the brakes. Just try to stay on the fourth gear, but this is going to be quite taking a little bit halfway on the fuel by 50%. Just calm and steady on the turn, Hyperion-Blue-GT. Just nice and calm. Hope this is definitely might be quite better to see how every players are definitely might be given the best choice to use the fuel map. That's definitely might be pretty good. Just gonna have to stay steady and then just gonna have to take that inside turn. Looks like a minute gap distance up ahead. Looks like this is going to be quite taking a long ways to see it. Hope everybody is still trying to do their best, because taking a good training that this will might be having a one good standard race that this might have to keep it going. But it takes pressurized skills that everybody really wants to do it. Going on to the 6th lap. Just gonna have to make it for only one more remaining, folks. This race is about to be over at the end of the day. Looks like GTP Deadpool just took the new fastest lap time for only 2 minutes and 37.49 seconds. Bet this is going to be quite doing impressive ways to see how rain conditions on the track might take plenty of good mobilities to perform. There you go. Looks like, hope this is definitely might be better if I could probably take plenty much handling, like doing for a little waterside drifting, like probably surfing on the waves. But this is definitely might be quite doing good, but it might need to take plenty of racing skills that this is going to be quite taking a one good straight for its perfect direction. Just gonna need to keep it up. Looks like they're already in onto the final lap, folks. This is going to be quite taking the good ways to see how the top 3 drivers are going on to do some plenty of workout to keep it up. Just slide it in, but this is definitely might be giving a one good steady balance. But this is definitely might be giving the one suitable choice to have all to go faster. But it only has to take respect turns that this wheel might be needed to come in handy. Just gonna have to stay on the 35-mile range at the turn. But this is gonna be getting one good step up the throttle. Might be pushing up to the limit. Here we go, folks. Last lap of this training sensational of the rainy day track. But this is gonna be quite taking a few grips that this one might take for only few left remaining of fuel will be going in. But this is going to be quite very closer to watch the curves to be on the good position spots. Looks like Roberta _ Bird is definitely might be going on that turn. Good thing I see it from the far distance. Taking nice and smooth turns. Staying on second gear before taking on the third gear. But this is going to be taking one good smooth ways to do it. Looks like a blue flag just called in. So it looks like the last place driver is about to give way for faster cars to proceed. This is going to be giving the best ways to keep up the rush, but this wheel might take steady balance. Looks like GTP Deadpool has finally won the race, folks. Looks like this is definitely might be quite very good to have a one nice and steady race that this wheel might be keep it up. But it happens to be depends on if we have to have a one good balanced race to try to stay focused to maintain. But taking a safety risk is going to be quite very important, so we just don't want to lose up the amount of grip by preventing a spin out. So looks like this is going to be quite very good to have a well-behaved, friendly race that this wheel might be doing perfectly. But this wheel might need to take plenty of limits that this wheel might need to race carefully if we don't want to make a mistake. Only 3 seconds left. This is gonna be time over, folks. Well, looks like finally made it in one piece, but at least didn't get a chance to do on the finish line. Now, looks like that is going to be taking that single star for having a good clean race that this wheel might be taking the best ways to perform. But it was okay. But it definitely might need to do a lot of running work that this wheel might need to keep up the limit. Perfection is a tough opportunity on the rainy day track, folks. So this is going to be quite taking a lot of basic work if we have to do it. But it takes plenty of racing responsibility if we have to take plenty of good balance that this wheel might be having a good ways to take. But to be honest, this race on the rainy day track is going to be quite super fast to avoid getting loose up the grip, but it's going to be quite very slippery, so we just always have to do the best whenever we can. Sometimes to feel a good motion on the turns to go on the passive way, but this is going to be taking a lot of good speed to race up for the acceleration. Might be taking a lot of progress. We'll be having a lot of racing workout to perform. So do the best practice if you can, folks, because this is going to be taking a good flow steady technique that this might be needed to go on. But this is going to be quite giving the racing lesson that this might go in for day 3. Alright, folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads, and the links on the description down below if you want to see more. And library blog videos are available to watch anytime you want. This will be the entertainment showcase about different cars with libraries I have been made. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for continuing on in the daily race on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay clean.